when consultations go out, like they have done with the low-traffic neighbourhoods, the majority of people are responding saying no. 5,600 respondents in Oxford responded. And if you look at... There was a Freedom of Information form. If you look at the responses on some, over 3,600 were negative on one of them, which constituted 93%. In spite of all of that, and also people going around saying that, there were representatives saying the majority of people believe in this, businesses have challenged it, residents have challenged it, and they're still going ahead. And they're calling it all a trial, but the trial of the 15-minute city can't exist without the trial of the LTNs, and as Duncan Enright said, it's happening anyway. Now, another thing to note about this, where this has come from is that the international C40s, which is mayors internationally, who Sadiq Khan is currently the chair of that, so they're from around the States and other countries internationally, we've got a declaration to tackle the emergency climate crisis.
Right.
As though the issue in cities is not better hospitals or housing or infrastructure or transport or any of those things, but this is crisis. It's almost like a perpetual state of crisis, rather than a sober addressing of how we deal with things if there are some conditions that we need to change. And he, in London, Sadiq Khan, who's the current mayor, who's now saying he's going to stand for a third term, has said, well, even though 73% responded against ULEZ expansion, where you have taxi drivers and, again, working-class people being impacted in their areas, and it's another tax on drivers and impositions, even though we said that, well, it's not a referendum, I'm not really that interested, I'm not doing it like that, utterly undemocratic, a whole patrician attitude. We've seen that, the Muslim community in Oxford can't get to the mosque, elderly people and others. And what's going to be happening is, I know certainly at Together we have a lot of signatories in members in Oxford, in Edinburgh, in Cardiff and in Canterbury, where these things are all happening. They are organising and they're getting vocal. And I think that people should realise that, you might think that this is a done deal, but a lot of people are very unhappy. And just as lockdown has finished and we've gone through all of this and all these businesses are suffering, now a lot of them are being killed by this, and it's really, really wrong.